I'm Alex Winston. I'm the president of Expedite All. I help develop the strategy and execute the strategy of the company. As the de facto general counsel for the company, I also help out with all of the legal issues and contracts that may come up for the company as well. Long term, Expedite All is looking to expand its network. Right now we have about 7,000 vehicles in our network. We want to pump that number up to 20,000 within the next few years. In order to get there, we also have to continue to make life easier for our customers every day, because you don't need trucks if you don't have freight. We really want to set trends and be ahead of trends. And the way to do that is to understand what shippers need, what brokers need, what people in this industry need from their expedite providers, and then do something someone hasn't done before. We're also really looking to improve our technology. It's ideal for our customers to use, makes us really easy for them to use to carry their freight. It's a cliche, technology is our future, but it's true. Consumers now have gotten this same day or next day delivery experience, and they think, you know, I order something online to my house and it's there the next day. What's the deal? Why can't this happen in freight? I think Expedite All is uniquely poised with the number of trucks and the number of places, the on-demand capacity, to really bring that same day, next day experience to every shipper in the United States. So in 2024, I see STL growing tremendously. I think we're about to see a really big pickup in small truckload. You'll see more and more Sprinter vans and box trucks on the highways than you've ever seen before. You have more warehouses in more places. You have more people demanding quicker delivery. You have the ability within our network to cover freight anywhere in the country really quickly, right? The really big challenge that we're trying to meet is, how do you make it more automated for everyone so that they can seamlessly take their freight, have a reliable truck with a guaranteed price instantly, and not have to make a bunch of phone calls and send a bunch of emails to multiple people, right, to figure out how that freight's going to move and at what price. So another problem that the industry is facing right now is we have a number of bad actors that have infiltrated our industry. They will say they are a legit trucking company. They'll con shippers and brokers into thinking that they're real, right? But they never intend to deliver the service, or they may double broker a load. We've been able to avoid that because we have a network that's a closed loop. The carriers within that loop are very carefully vetted and onboarded through a rigorous process that prohibits anyone getting on board that would be a scammer or a fraudster or a double broker. We know our drivers really well, and we get to know them before we ever give them a load. We obtain their driver's license, their MVR, their background check, and then we'll put them through a training course and testing. If you're a bad actor and you're a fraudster, you're gonna quit before you go through all that. It's just too much work. You'll move on to the next target. But even beyond that, once you are onboarded as one of our drivers, we will continue to monitor, make sure your performance is good. And we also have a high visibility into what you're doing, because through our software, we know where you are, where you're going, where you're coming from, whether you're loaded, where you live, what you had for breakfast this morning, right? We know everything there is to know about our drivers, and that makes it really, really safe to move freight with us. There are a lot of bad actors everywhere trying to rip people off. Some brokers call it the fraud apocalypse, right? They're saying there's fraud everywhere. It's up 10 times compared to where it was a couple of years ago. What has happened in the industry in response is companies have formed who their mission is to eliminate fraud by providing really good carrier vetting resources, right? Software, they check DOT records, they keep all of that updated, but they're really focused on the huge part of the market. 95+% of everything going on that you want to vet carriers for is FTL. There's a small percentage that we handle that's called Expedite, right? Small truckloads, Sprinter vans and box trucks, that those vendors don't really pay attention to. DOT records don't exist for vehicles with a gross vehicle weight of 10,000 pounds or less. All of these systems that are built to handle full truckload aren't really applicable to how you vet a small truckload carrier who has Sprinter vans or box trucks. It doesn't work. And that's where we come in. And we provide that vetting service because we've been vetting these guys for the better part of 10 years. We know who's a good driver, and we are never going to put freight with somebody who's not been vetted by us. When a new driver wants to come on board with Expedite All, the first thing we would do is do a background check, get their MVR, and make sure that we feel comfortable with them from a background perspective. We take pride and we take good care of that freight when you give it to us, and we make sure that every single driver who we use is a really good, reliable driver. Our company has a unique culture. We talk about having a marathon mentality, having an ownership mentality. If there's a problem, you figure out how to solve it. We confront issues right away and fix them. We push one another. We do it with a smile on our faces. Always kind to one another, always hardworking. And I think it comes from the core values of our leadership. 3 words for Expedite All would be fast, safe, reliable.